Hey everybody, Chris Englebert with Englebert Financial Advisers in beautiful Allentown, Pennsylvania. It is the steamy month of July and it's the first of the month update. And what's been happening so far? We show you a cartoon. We have been in a bull market for the first 6 months of 2023, something totally unexpected by the market pundits out there who were watching earnings and also watching the economy, both of which have yet to roll over. And in fact, by the time you see this video, you're going to hear about the ADP payroll number being almost twice as what it was forecast. So if you look at the chart of the S&P 500, the first 6 months was over a 15% return. Now, what was a little suspect about this return in the S&P 500 is it was driven by a handful of large cap tech stocks. Now, if you remember, the NASDAQ was the worst performing index last year. The NASDAQ is the best performing index this year. And it's the same situation with the S&P 500. And those 7, 8 large cap tech stocks literally have driven the averages up. And in June, we made a high at 44.50. Now, again, we believe that we're in a range bound market and we began getting more defensive at the top of the range. We're not looking for a big sell-off, but I would not be surprised to see a 5 to 7% pullback over the months of July and August as investors look to see what's going to happen with earnings and also what's going to happen with the economy the rest of the year. Now, the hot ADP payroll number comes just at the time when the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell decided to pause for the month of July as far as raising interest rates. This hot employment number showing how strong the service sector is may have him continue to raise rates well beyond what investors are expecting this year. So again, a 5 to 7% pullback in the months of July and August would not be unusual after the sharp run that we've had so far. But let's talk about interest rates because there's a lot of news there too. We were range bound with the upper end of the range around 388 on the 10-year Treasury. And again, with that hot ADP number, we blew through 4%. And in fact, the 2-year Treasury has hit the highest level ever. What does that mean to you? It means that short-term Treasury bills and also bank CDs are very attractive still. We've been getting 535 to 540. I would not be surprised to see for a 3-month CD go up to 540, 550 as far as this rise in short-term interest rates. So the Fed did pause hiking Fed funds rates for July, but these hot employment numbers may have them reconsider not just 1 or 2 rate hikes, but maybe 3 or 4 rate hikes. And that's what the market's reacting to. The other area that's really struggled so far this year is the Russell 2000 small mid-cap stocks. So the NASDAQ's made a new high for the year. The S&P 500's made a new high for the year, but the NASDAQ is well below its high for the year, literally about 8% from the high. Now, one of our theses is that as money begins to come out of these overextended large cap tech stocks, they're going to rotate into the small mid cap stocks that are in the Russell 2000. We started to see a little bit about that towards the end of June. But so far, we have not seen the small mid caps join the party. Stay tuned. We'll see what happens the rest of the year. So again, equity indexes finished June on a strong note as recession fears continue to fade. We've got a hot ADP number that came out the first week in July, telling us that the Fed may have to continue to raise rates much higher than what everybody's expected. And the 10-year blew through 4% and the 2-year blew through 4.5%, its highest level ever. Now, again, we're big proponents of small mid-cap stocks. We think the valuations in small mid-cap stocks are extremely cheap, especially from a historical standpoint, but they have not joined a party. What we think is going to happen in this market pullback during the third quarter is that the dividend stocks and small mid-cap stocks, which have not done very well this year, are going to start to turn around and start to shine in the back half of the year. So that's our July update. Stay tuned for our August update. Again, if you want to get this video real time, you can always download my app by texting Chris E, C-H-R-I-S-E to 36260. Download my app, great way to contact us and also to have access to all this content. So that's the July 1st of the month update. We'll be back and we'll talk to you soon.